Hello, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Inner Empress, and you are here at Inner Empress Readings. So, Happy New Year, first off. And I'm really excited to bring you this reading because this is my first time doing a Zodiac reading on my channel. Also, I'm a Capricorn. So, I'm really excited to bring in the new year with you, my fellow Caps or my cross watchers. Hello. For the Capricorns whose birthdays were in December, happy belated. For those of you like myself who have a birthday coming up, I'm the 16th, by the way. Let's bring this new year in right. So, let's just cleanse the energy. Right. So for this reading, I'm actually going to look at the energy of the entire year. And then I'm also going to do a 3-month overview. And so from that point moving forward, for the rest of the year, I'll do batches of readings for each zodiac sign with 3 months at a time. So, January, February, March will be in one video and etc. like that. I also want to say thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the fact that you enjoy my videos. A lot of you have reached out in the comments and told me how much my videos have touched you or how much you have resonated with them. And it really, truly, deeply means a lot. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to bring in a new year with you. And let's get this going, okay? So I have the Earth Dragon here representing my Capricorns, our Earth sign. We're going to tuck that over there. And so I have an outline that we're going to follow so we can figure out the energy for 2019. All right. So we want to know, what is the energy of the new year for Capricorns? And we have the King of Cups. Okay, so let's do some clarifying. Okay, so for the new year, the overall energy for Capricorn is going to be the King of Cups. And so we have it clarified by persistence and then Spirit of a Place reversed. So instantly, I'm getting a message of someone letting go of an emotional attachment. And this is going to be for some of you, this message, but I'm getting a sense of something that someone thought they wanted or may have persistently been on your mind last year or the year before. You're going to be letting that go. I see a movement forward. I see a maturity of the emotion of a situation. This year, Capricorns are just, we're letting it go. We're not worried about that anymore. I had to catch myself. I almost wanted to curse. And I know that we're all adults here, well, hopefully. But, and you don't mind, but that's kind of the energy that jumped through of just being sick and tired of something. And it's coming through to me for some of you, sick and tired of like a workplace, sick and tired of a romantic interest. It's just whatever it is you're sick and tired of, I see that you're ready to let it go this year. 2019 is going to move you forward emotionally to where you're getting more into yourself. I even see some travel here for some of you. So you may actually be going on a very big move, actually literally picking yourself up and taking yourself somewhere else. So you might be moving on from your workplace, or you may have gotten a job that's going to actually move you across seas or move you to a different state. But there's a lot of movement that's happening, and there's water here, so I feel like it could be a great distance. I feel like you can also be getting yourself involved with a water sign for some of you, but for others of you, I also feel like if you're dealing with the water sign, that perhaps this is the person you're releasing, because I just really get an energy of just releasing something. So like I said, for some of you, you may be entering into something with the water sign. For some of you, you might be releasing, but there's change, there is movement, and there is change that I'm really picking up from this card. With this persistence card, I also feel as though a very big thing for Capricorns in 2019 is going to be following our hearts. I feel like for a long time we may have been fighting, the mind against the heart and that type of thing. But I feel like in 2019 there's going to be an alignment that happens, especially with this King of Cups being here. I get a sense of the mind and the heart are coming together and they want the same thing. So you're going to really be going towards your goals, your dreams. You're going to feel more aligned with whatever it is that may have had you shaky last year. And I definitely see that you're working with your third eye. So that's going to be definitely opening. But yeah, it's just, it is a lot of energy coming through. But it's positive. It's positive energy. You are seeing clearly into a situation now, and you are able to see clearly, not with just, your eyes, but with your whole being, with your heart, with your emotions. I feel like you're also tapping into your intuition a lot this year as well. So you're going to be tapping into the sea goat part of you. Capricorns, we definitely have sea goat. We got that mermaid aspect going on. Speaking of which, I definitely will pull a mermaid oracle as well. Just reminded myself. Thank you, Spirit. But I feel like we're becoming more in alignment this year. We're picking up on a lot of cues, a lot of things we didn't pay attention to before, a lot of things we didn't see before. We're seeing it. We're paying attention to it. We're making changes. 2019, we are making big changes. All right, let me pull that mermaid oracle since they wanted to jump on out. Freedom, independence, self-determination. I mean, Capricorns, we've always been very independent regardless. Sometimes to a fault, because sometimes we don't allow other people to help us. And that can in itself start to make us feel trapped within our own lives, because we feel like, I can do so much for other people. I do so much for other people, but when I need someone, where are they for me? And so that's also coming through to me, that a lot of Capricorns who may have been dealing with depression or anxiety, or just a very dark mood period, I feel like you're lifting out of that. 2019, I feel like you're moving away from that. And not to say that, depression is something that you can just get up and move away from for those who deal with it severely. But I do see that it is lessening, and the parts of your life that may be contributing to your lower vibration, I see you getting more of a handle on that. So with this freedom, this independence, self-determination, we're really stepping into our power. And we've always been bosses. But we are now integrating ourselves into a new level of being a boss. So I also get the energy that for 2019, doorways that you have opened in 2018, doorways that you have, cracked open and peeked into, you will now be stepping more into. And you're going to be taken to new situations and places that you may not have ever been in. And that can be in career, that can be relationship, your family life, friends, whatever. I feel like you're going to be taken to a playing ground that you may not be familiar with. It may make you feel a little shaky, because, we love our control. We love to, we don't like surprises. We really don't like surprises like that. So this is going to be something new for you, but it's going to be so beneficial for you. And the main thing to keep in mind for 2019 is that you have been equipped already to handle this. So even though it's new, even though it may be a new career, new job, new lover, new whatever happened, you know how to handle this because you've been preparing for this all of these years leading up to it. You have been letting things go. You have been learning to trust yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to see things. And now you are about to receive abundance, and it's going to seem a little challenging at first, but you can handle it. You can absolutely handle it. I also feel like for some Capricorns in 2019, you may have put your sexual side on the back burner. And I see that for 2019, you'll be breaking out of that. So you'll be exploring your sexuality a bit more also. Even learning about fetishes you may like, or just, and it doesn't have to be that, but it's just a matter of yourself sexually. You're about to start exploring that, I see, in 2019. Also, right here with this sword, I'm getting a sense that for 2019 of also picking up new hobbies. And I'm not sure why that jumped through. It may be that some of you are into, what is the name of it? I don't want to say swords play. I know that's not the proper fencing and things like that. Ooh, child. When I'm channeling, sometimes it's really hard to find the words, and it just makes me feel so just ignorant. But bear with me. I feel like fencing is coming to mind. And not even just fencing, but something active, something that gets you out of the house more. Because I feel like for some Capricorns, you've been kind of keeping yourself away in 2018, not really leaving out too much, not really, socializing the way that you could, the way that you usually would. So I feel that kind of breaking out in 2019, but I also get a sense of solo. So then it doesn't mean being single in that sense. It doesn't mean that. But I feel like for some of you, you've made perhaps a vow to yourself of, for 2019, I'm going to go to the movies by myself. If there was a class I wanted to take, I'm going to take that class. I don't care if I have a friend who can come with me or somebody to accompany me. Like, regardless, I'm taking myself on dates is coming to my mind. So some of you have come into wanting to self-love a lot more for 2019, and perhaps your goal is, I'm going to date myself. And I think it's wonderful. I feel like the energy coming through from that is supported from the universe, and it's going to attract more to you. You might end up attracting this new love to you. You might end up attracting new work opportunities that you love, or this a new partner, or who might be a water sign. Doesn't have to be, but might be. So I just feel like you getting more into loving yourself and being free and being open, being in alignment with yourself and mind and spirit and thought, not letting just your practical side hold you over, but also getting in touch with your intuition. All of that is going to bring to you like a magnet some very new, beautiful experiences this year. And I have this energy that just like ran through me, like this nervousness. You're going to feel nervous. This year is going to make you feel nervous about things. And it's not a bad nervousness. It's just the fact that you're doing something new type of nervous. So feel it and do it anyways. Okay. What will the new year bring, Capricorns? Okay. Ooh, the Lovers. Okay. Let's see, clarify. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm a Capricorn too. I'm excited. Okay, clarify. Oh yes, I am here for all of this. All right, guys. So, guys and gals and all wonderful in-betweens. Let's see. So the Lovers is what the new year will bring Capricorns. And not just that, but it's also going to bring energy healing. We have Heal the Ouch. So we have 2 cards that reference healing. And then we have Conchomancy, Seashell Divination, Wisdom of Shells. And I feel like this is just going back to also our intuition, our getting more into our emotions. For some of you, you may actually be getting more into something with seashells. So you can actually be traveling more. Maybe you made a goal, or something with a cruise just came into my mind. So for some of you, you set cruises for this year. You are definitely planning to vacation. For some of you, I feel like workaholic just came into my head. So you may have been working so much these past couple of years that you haven't had time to go to the beach, haven't had time to go on vacation. Something with a friend. Somebody needs to go see a friend. I want to say long-term friend, some type of friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Like, there's a lot of reconnection, but with travel that's going on. Also, something jumped into my head of someone doing a business that involves seashells. So it might be like with accessories or something, but someone wants to start that or grow that more this year, and I definitely think that you should do it. I'm sorry if I'm talking so fast. It's like energy is rushing in me. Whew. Some of you are getting more into divination, so possibly into tarot cards and all of that type of stuff. But this year, I really love that there seems to be deep healing happening for us, and on an emotional level as well. So let's get into these, because these had me really excited. So we have the Lovers, and I'm getting a couple different messages for this, that this deals with not only just romantic love, but I also feel like platonic love, so as in friends, family, and also self-love. So I feel like there's going to be massive healing for us for this entire year. And I feel like relationships you've had with family that was strained, that this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you both or whoever's involved to sit down and, bring the issues to the forefront to actually be healed, dealt with, and released. I feel like that's going to be the same with friends. I also feel like some of you will be attracting friends. Something just came to me of someone, a message just came to me, and this is going to be for someone specifics for a specific group, but of feeling lonely. And it could go back, I feel like it goes back to my caps who have been stuck in the house, who have kind of went into hermit mode. You might have disconnected with some friends. You might have felt as though you kind of cut off your social circle, and it's not even that they did something wrong. For those of them who did something wrong, scissors, goodbye. But it's just the fact that you've been so focused on work and other things that you haven't had a chance to, baby shower just jumped into my head. Whew. It's a lot jumping at me, but you haven't had a chance to celebrate other people around you or be a part of social festivities. So I feel like that this year is going to bring you that chance to reconnect with your loved ones, to reconnect with your friends, your family members. If you had some difficulties that happened between, you and others, some arguments with people that you genuinely love, like there really is no hate between you. And I don't want to say hate, there really is no bad blood between you. It's just like misunderstandings or things. It's just like you keep butting heads. Things just aren't working out. I feel like this year that's going to be resolved. Also, we cannot ignore the obvious. I do feel like there's definitely going to be some love connections happening. And I feel like that's going to happen because you have been healing yourself and you're continuing to heal yourself. I feel like especially for some of my caps who may have gone through, like when I was saying us letting go over here with the King of Cups and the Spirit of a Place reversed. For those of us who have let go, a partner who was not good for us or a toxic situation that was not good for us romantically, I feel like this is going to be a wonderful year of healing for you. So you may get into partnership with someone else, or you may fall in love with yourself, your life. Either way, you're going through wonderful healing. So the pain that was caused by the situation to you, you're letting that go on massive levels. So this is just wonderful. I'm also getting the feeling of some of you have been feeling like a vibrating sensation lately. Don't be scared, don't worry about it. It's literally the universe and your spirit guides sending down energy waves through you. So you might actually want to look into meditation videos on YouTube if you don't already. Healing meditation videos. Something with sound also comes up. So you might want to look into the Tibetan bowl sounds. Some of you need to put more music in your life. and like hum more. That's coming to me. Some of you need to hum. Like there's a breakup of energy that needs to happen. So I'm definitely just getting that sense of healing. There's so much healing that's happening for Capricorns this year, and it's beautiful. This is beautiful. For some of you, I see that you're finally looking into a health issue that you've had concerns about, but maybe didn't get to before. So you're definitely going to be more on your health this year. For some of you, you may be paying attention more to your health this year because of something that was pre-existing, but I feel like it's a lot of positive energy waves around you. Also assistance. I feel like you're surrounded by a lot of love and assistance. Some of you are also taking on more healthy lifestyles. So I see changes in eating. I see changes in fitness and working out. Some of you with this nakedness here, once again going back to the sensuality, really just getting into that sensual side of you. Some of my Capricorns have been hiding away from your sensual side, and divorce just popped into my head. So for some of you who have divorced, you kind of went really into hermit mode, and it's definitely understandable, especially for my Capricorns who may have left a relationship within the most recent time or past year or whatnot. But I see that you're going to be exploring that more. For some of you, that means entering into sexual relationships. For others of you, it means exploring yourself more. Also, something with connecting to your body. Because some of my Caps, I feel as though you've been kind of hating on your body, but I see that changing. So I see you, not to be vulgar or anything, but I see you participating more, like pushing yourself more into activities that kind of expose you a little more. And that's going to be different levels based off of, you know, people's individual likes. But some of you are going to try doing nude beaches. Some of you are getting more into just walking around naked. For some of you, for a very small group of you, something with swingers is coming up to me, or like orgy parties or something. And I'm not judging. I mean, do what makes you happy, Cap, okay? Do what makes you happy. But I get the sense of like other people being involved. So some of you, it might be a goal to get into a threesome this year, and I definitely see that happening. But yeah, I'm just getting a very big exploring of the self, but in a very sensual energy type of way. And for others of you, I feel like yeah, definitely pay attention to the color purple this year for some of you. And that relates back to, I believe, the crown chakra. So receiving divine knowledge, and we have this angel here. We have this Merlin, the wizard, but he's receiving energy healing from the divine. So a lot of you, you're probably going to be triggered in your crown chakra. So you may also feel tingling at the top of your head when that's activated. So you're really in tune this year. You're just really spot on. For others of you, something with Reiki jumped through. So you might be interested in Reiki, either getting into that and learning how to do it, or actually having it practiced on you, like a Reiki healing. So I think that's really awesome. For for another group of Caps, expect an apology. And that will most likely go back to the healing that happens with a friend or a family or loved one or whatever. But I see somebody apologizing and bringing an offering. This little raccoon here is holding a flower, so it could be a flower, but something sentimental. Doesn't have to be a tangible thing, but I just feel like it's a loving energy here. There's a mutual, hey, you know, can we squash this? The starfish is standing out to me for some reason, and I just heard starfish earrings in my ear. I don't know who that might be relevant for, but just wanted to put that out there. Okay. All right, right, so the next question is, what lesson will Capricorn learn this year? Let me see. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Three of Pentacles. Clarify. Okay. All right, so I'm getting a few different messages. So I'll start with this first one. The Seven of Swords with the details reversed, and the Three of Pentacles. Capricorn, you're going to learn about some sneaky business moves this year. And I feel like for some of you who may be considering going into business with someone or are in business with someone, or not even just necessarily like business related like that, but some type of agreement, some type of contract. It could even be relationship wise, because that is an agreement. You're going to learn about some sneakiness that's going on. And they're saying you're going to find the answers you're looking for by looking closely. Do not be careful. Your intuition is picking up because you're going to be sensing and seeing a lot this year. So, you don't need to be worried. But this year is going to let you know just how much certain people around you have been maybe possibly trying to get over this whole time, or trying to put you into unfair situations. And I feel like you're going to really be noticing this year. With the intentions and the detail, I see that clarity. It says important notes. Clarity is highlighted here. You're going to be gaining clarity about some really fucked up situations. For some of you, you may need to get a lawyer. You may need to look over some contracts. If you have not signed certain contracts yet this year, I would be sure to research them before signing them. For some of you, in regards to somebody you work with, I see somebody stealing your ideas, so be careful with sharing your ideas this year. But pretty much just learning about some underhandedness that was potentially going on. So just be cautious when it comes to, and I feel like this is more business related. It could definitely deal with romance or family, but I just feel like it's more business. Just be careful with the contracts you sign this year and the agreements you walk into. Make sure you read everything very carefully and make sure you understand what you're getting into fully before you get into something. I also feel like somebody's stealing your work. So once again, be careful who you share your ideas with or submit your work to. Okay, so we have the return of Aphrodite here, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. So I feel like this year, some of my Capricorns are going to be learning to meditate. Some of them will be connecting more with perhaps goddess energy and getting into more goddess-based religions and practices. Also, once again, I get that sense of just learning to focus on the body more, loving your body a lot more. Something just came through to me for some Capricorns in regards to self-harm. So cutting and learning new ways to cope. And what I mean by that is, I'm speaking to a select group right now, but for my Capricorns who may be dealing with cutting, maybe dealing with anorexia, bulimia, I feel as though there's going to be some help that comes to you this year. I feel like the universe is trying to offer you peace and, higher vibration and some type of assistance. So there are people around you. I also feel like your guides are telling you, like, I am with you. We are around you, and you're going to feel them more. Like, going into 2019, you're definitely going to feel your spirit guides more. But they're trying to help you and move you towards recovery. So that's for a select group of Capricorns. For other Capricorns who are watching, I see something with a house. So you may be buying a house for the first time this year, or closing in on a new house. Also something with just moving. So something with perhaps an apartment. This might be the first time that, some of my Capricorns move into your first place. Or just switching apartments in general. I feel like for some of you, that's been like a sense of worry, and the universe is telling you, like, don't worry, we got you. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there real quick because this might be triggering for some. So my next message is going to be in regards to sexual assault. So if you need to click past, go ahead and do that. But I feel like for some of my Capricorns, male or female, doesn't matter, you've been holding on to pain, trauma from sexual assault, past sexual assault. I feel as though the universe is letting you know that this year you're going to learn to release that pain. You're going to learn to move more into a space of healing. I feel as though that you are being offered assistance. Some of you may actually join support groups, or I just feel like something coming in. So you may even meet someone who has counseled for this, who I'm so sorry, I'm trying to figure the right words to say. There's some type of assistance coming to you, but I also feel like some of you may have come out to a friend or a close loved one and possibly met other sexual assault survivors, and there's some type of sense of community. So for those Capricorns who this message is relevant for, I feel as though the universe is letting you know that we are sending you healing. There is going to be some deep healing that happens for you this year. I also feel, and I'm speaking still to that same group of Capricorns, I also feel like you're going to get some type of message. And it could be from a family member. It can be from the court. Some type of message that brings you peace. So if you have gone to court in regards to this, for some of you, I do see as though some type of ruling or something you hear is going to bring you peace in regards to the situation. But either way, I feel as though the universe is just letting you know, we are here. We are with you. And we want to show you that you're not alone, not even just in a spiritual sense, but we are also attracting to you people who understand, because I feel like for some of you who have spoken about what happened to you, that for some of you, you met resistance and you felt alone, and so you kind of buried that. But I feel like the universe is telling you 2019 is going to be the time that you learn that it's okay to talk about this, and that whoever you may have spoken to before who could not understand, that you don't have to worry about that. We have support here. We have people who perhaps have survived sexual assault themselves, or who are specially trained to speak on this. And also, I feel, it just jumped into my head, some of you will have the opportunity to speak on it yourselves. Some of you will, join certain programs where you can talk about your story, talk about your healing, because you have gone through such a big process of healing. And through you speaking and helping others, it could even be just you speaking to a friend, you speaking privately to someone and realizing that your experience and talking to them about it, they open up that, wow, I have definitely, I've been in a similar situation, and I felt alone. I didn't know what to do. And you just speaking helps free someone else. So there's just a sense of freeing and healing in this. And so that's for a special group of Capricorns. Like I said, it does not matter if you are male or female. The universe is letting you know that we are handing you keys to emotional and spiritual healing and independence and being free this year from that pain, from that past trauma. You are not a prisoner of this. You are strong and you are powerful, and they have been working on you. They have been perfecting you. And this year you are about to see all types of things, like people whose their energy, you know, they may smile in your face, but they're really trying to stab you behind the back. You see it. And I feel like you're going to be really uncomfortable this year because you're getting you're getting in tune with your emotions. And so you're getting more in tune with that side of you that talks to your instincts. And so people who you may have tried to brush off before as just being, you know, a friend or just being different, you can't ignore that anymore. You cannot ignore that anymore. Some of you, please be careful with drinking situations. The people you may be drinking around or going out to clubs drinking with. Drinking is coming through heavy with me and something sneaky with that. So just be careful. It kind of goes back to the advice of don't leave your drinks unattended. Be careful who you allow to hand you a drink, buy you a drink type of thing. You know, make sure if there's a drink coming to you that you see it being made, you see it being put down. Something with drinks and sneakiness is coming to me, and I just really want you to be careful with that. I also feel like, my Caps, you're going to be, for some of you, meditating more this year, like literally getting into the practice of meditation. And for those of you who are interested, I just want you to know that meditation does not have to be just sitting there. I know a lot of people kind of get confused about meditation and they feel like I just can't do it. Well, the thing with meditation is there are many different types, so you might want to Google that. One of my favorite types of meditation is active meditation, where I'm moving. So some people meditate when they dance. Some people meditate when they paint. It's just like you're moving and your brain just goes into that calm state. And that's what you want with meditation. So if sitting still doesn't help you to move into that calm, receptive state, it's all right. Maybe listening to music does it for you. Maybe doing something with your hands. For some people, I'm not going to lie, sex puts them into meditation. For some people, that just helps them to calm their mind, and it may be them pleasuring somebody else or being pleasured or whatever the case is, but it helps them to just release their mind, and that's all right. So you might want to actually look into different forms of meditation. And when you get into meditating, do not become discouraged by the fact that you may have thoughts run through your mind. I know we kind of had that stigma that meditating, you're supposed to have the clear mind and the Zen mind, but your thoughts come to you for a reason. Sometimes in meditation is when you get your best answers. So allow yourself to just observe your thoughts instead of fighting them. Whatever you fight will persist. So allow your thoughts to flow. Even if you think randomly about cheese, I don't know, something might pop up, but just let it go. Like, oh, okay, cheese. Oh, okay, race cars. Okay, shea butter. Whatever comes to your mind, just let it go. And as you allow yourself to do that, you'll be able to start having a guilt-free, clear mind. And you'll find yourself really reaping the benefits then of meditating. All right, so keeping all the numbered cards off to the side so I can let you know what numbers were coming through in the reading, because that might be important for some of you. All right, so the next question is, what advice do you have, Great Universe, for the Capricorns in this new year? This wants to come out too. Okay. So your advice, Capricorn, for the new year is the Eight of Swords, yoga, solitude, divination, and sacrifice. All right. So right off, these two are standing out to me. Capricorns, don't get in your own way this year. Don't get in your own way by isolating yourself. I feel like this is a very big year for you to network with other people, to spend time with other people, to branch off. Don't get stuck in feeling as though you have to do everything yourselves. I feel like that's the message coming through. There's nothing wrong with taking time to yourself. I'm not saying to overwhelm yourself, to jump into anything that's going to make you feel drained, but you have to find a healthy balance this year, because I feel like for quite a few Capricorns that I'm speaking to, you may have went off balance to where you went to the extreme of kind of being a hermit. So this year, I feel like the advice to you is, don't isolate yourself. Also, some of you need to come out of isolating mindsets. If you're sitting there telling yourself that you can't do things, you're not capable of doing things, something's too hard, you're not going to be able to make it. Also, something with a move. Some of you want to make a move somewhere, like physically, but you're coming up with so many reasons why you can't. Or you feel trapped by potentially another person. The universe is saying you're not trapped. Open your eyes, take the blindfold off, realize that you're only as trapped as you think you are. You're not trapped. There are ways around you. Be open to finding them. Some of you, advice is coming through that you need to leave an abusive situation. The universe is giving you advice that this year you need to make that move. You need to do that. Do not stay in an abusive situation. And I know, first off, this is easier said than done, and every situation is different. But for the Capricorns that I'm speaking to, you are purposely staying because you are belittling yourself, and you are allowing yourself to be belittled to a point where you feel as though you need to stay because this is the best place for you. And that, if I leave, I'm not going to have, who else am I going to have sex with? Who else am I going to cuddle with and call and not be alone and have around me? There's that sense coming through. For others who may be in toxic, abusive situations and you legitimately need to plan and, build a support system to go, I absolutely understand. And I feel as though the universe is letting you know, throughout the beginning of this reading, we are with you. And also, it just jumped into my mind that with that Seven of Swords popping out, and the Three of Pentacles, for some of you who are in toxic situations and you are looking for a way out, I feel like the universe is letting you know that people around you are noticing. There is support around you that you may not have been paying attention to, and people are not as blind to the situation as you think they are. So you're going to be getting some support this year. Like I said, that dove coming in, that key that Aphrodite was holding, there's going to be some assistance that's going to be offered to you to help you get out of certain situations, because you may feel like, I know that this situation is fucked up. I know it's not good for me. I know I shouldn't be here, but I feel like I can't because of money, because of kids, whatever the case is. Like, I'm scared. I can't. The universe is letting you know, we got you. We are sending assistance to you through other people. So accept it. But back to my Capricorns who I was speaking about in regards to mentally feeling like a hostage. Take the efforts to free yourself mentally. Take the efforts to pay attention to how wonderful you are, how amazing you are. Move yourself away from the people who tell you otherwise, whether you got to start doing it slowly, whether it's a friend, a family member. Narcissist just popped into my head. Some of you are dealing with narcissists. Move away from that slowly but surely, if that's what it takes. If you can cut it all out in one go, that's wonderful. But for some of you, you have to start unraveling yourself from this situation and making moves because you can do it. Do not allow yourself to be stuck in a mindset that is not yours. You are strong. You are capable. You do not have to be stuck. So that's just coming through. I feel like for other Capricorns, and perhaps the same group, some of you are getting into yoga this year. Some of you have really been wanting to. Also, congratulations. It just popped into my head that some of you recently just got certification for yoga instructors. So that's really wonderful. Some of you, something with a yoga a love interest who does yoga. Something with that. So you might be actually meeting a love interest at a yoga spot, or you did meet someone who you're having a connection with while taking a yoga class. Or your love interest might be really interested in that and letting you know, like, you already know this about them, or they might be letting you know, like, I'm really interested in trying this. And I feel like it's going to be something good for you to get into as well. But something with yoga is going to be very big for you this year. And this is advice for you. So you may need to start taking yoga. You may need to start hanging out around yoga spots. If you've really been wanting to teach yoga and you've been thinking about possibly getting that certification or opening up your own classes, the universe is telling you, do it. Also, keep in mind that yoga is integration of mind, body, and spirit. So that message might be more relevant for somebody watching as well, that you're integrating. Like I said, this year we really are coming into alignment on all levels. So that might be relevant for someone to hear about just that coming together. We have divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future, fortune. And then we have sacrifice. There are those worth making. There are those that will destroy you. I feel like some of my caps are going to have some really tough decisions to make this year. You might have to let some very important things to you go. But I feel as though the universe is letting you know that, especially with your third eye opening, all this energy that you're beginning to take in, this healing that's going on, you're going to see that. You're going to see that. You're going to know what exactly it is that you need to do in regards to the sacrifice and what steps you need to take. For some of you, it's coming through to me that you need to sacrifice your comfort zone. You need to make a sacrifice of being comfortable and being stuck and actually trying something new, to just know that you are being guided. Like I said, we don't like surprises. So some of you are playing it a little too safe and you're not following your dreams because you can't, in a sense, you can't predict how the outcome is going to come out. And I feel like the universe is saying to you, are you going to stay in this zone, or are you going to make this sacrifice and be a little uncomfortable for the greater good? For some Capricorns, something with hair is coming up to me. It could be a haircut. Some may actually have some type of hair condition. Something for a very select group, something with letting go of your hair, shaving your head. For some of you who I was speaking about in regards to hair, you're hiding behind your physical. The universe wants you to sacrifice that way of thinking. May want you to even potentially get a haircut. So for some of you who have been contemplating that, that might be something that you need to do. Show your face. Be a little exposed. Because there's no need to hide. There's no need to hide at all. For some of my Capricorns, the universe wants you to go to the doctor about some type of skin condition. And it may be a skin condition that causes loss of hair. Some of my caps may also be possibly going through chemo. So I feel like the universe is sending you lots of just loving energy, especially because we had a lot of healing coming up twice in this reading. Once again, we have lots of purple. Please look up the spiritual meaning of purple. But yeah, we're going to have to be releasing some things this year. And that's the advice of don't be afraid to let things go. Know that this is divinely ordained, that this is happening for a reason. It's going to lead to the greater good, to the better for your life. This is going to be real specific for someone, but a Capricorn in 2019, advice, something with your eye. I don't know if somebody's having eye surgery. Something with your eye. Okay. So the next question is, and when Capricorn feels derailed, what do you, Great Spirit, want them to know that will put them back on track in 2019? All right. So when our Capricorns feel derailed throughout the year, the universe wants you to know to pay attention to your dreams. We have vivid dreaming, dream messages, dream teaching. So you're going to be receiving messages through your dreams. Also, when you start feeling derailed, when you start feeling off track and kind of lost throughout the year, the universe wants you to clear and shield your energy, to slow down, to be a little more cautious. Pay attention to whatever it is you're doing at that moment that's causing you to start to feel lost, feel drained. Also, with this wide open, I kind of get a sense of, make sure you're not giving out too much of your energy, too much of your time, too much of your efforts. So when you start feeling derailed, start feeling drained, kind of go back into yourself a bit. Observe what it is that's causing you to feel this way and start pulling some of your unnecessary energy back. Like, do I really need to rush in and help this person? Do they really need my help? Do I really need to go to this event? Do I really need to pay for this or that? Also, once again, lots of purple coming through. Some of you might want to start, this year incorporating some purple into your wardrobe. Maybe get yourself an amethyst stone to keep with you. Also, I get a sense with this dream card of when you start feeling derailed, when you start feeling lost, to kind of focus back in on your dreams. Maybe you're so busy trying to do something else that you're not focusing on, your heart and your passion and what it is that you actually want to be doing. So I just get a sense of making sure you're not too wide open to where you're not paying enough attention to yourself. And to also make sure that, you're cleansing and you're shielding your energy, which could also mean just not having... First off, we'll go with the obvious of getting into cleansing practices. So that can be taking a bath with some salt in it, like Epsom salt. It can be, getting into crystals. It can be visualization, anything to kind of cleanse your energy from just whatever is going on, or literally kicking things out of your life. Like spring cleaning your house, no matter what season of the year it is, getting rid of old things that don't need to be around you, getting rid of things from exes or people who are stressing you out, toxic situations, toxic friends, toxic family, disengaging from drama, any type of drama situation or gossip or anything like that. And just focusing on yourself. I really feel like when you start feeling derailed, you start feeling lost, stop, pay attention to what's going on, what's happening, whatever you're doing that's, contributing to that feeling, and start focusing inwards. Some of you will get messages through your dreams. Some of you need to refocus in on your dreams. Also, like I said, purple is going to be a really big color for Capricorns this year. So, purple might be a sign for you when you come across certain things that might be purple, or some of you might need to start wearing more purple. Some of you might need to get purple stones. So, that's just going to stand out for some of you. And that's advice. And then let's look at the overview for the next 3 months for our Capricorns, okay? So for January, February, and March, let's kind of look at an overview of Capricorn romance life, Capricorn career, just Capricorns in general. So, All right, so Capricorns in January, February, and March. Okay. This is going to be guidance for Capricorns in these months. Some guidance. Right. This is for the romantic overview. Okay. So, in January for my Capricorns. In January, I see a lot of prospects going on. You might have a lot of options for different things and you're trying to figure out what's best for you. With this Seven of Cups here. It's big manifestation energy going on. So there might even be a lot of fantasizing going on. And it doesn't have to be like in a sexual sense, though for some of you it will be. And that could lead to you having a lot of sexual offers, dates, prospects, people of interest. But no matter what's going on, whether it's sexual, whether it's just thoughts in your head, a lot of dreams that you're suddenly inspired to have, or a lot of decisions that you need to make, I feel as though the universe is letting you know that for January, you will have what you need to get it done. Also, I'm getting a sense from some of you not to get derailed by illusions. Like, so shopaholic just kind of popped into my head, and I'm really not trying to say that in any type of rude way, but for some of you who might be addicted to shopping, some of you who might be somebody's rebuilding after a fire, that just popped into my head for someone specific. The universe is saying that you have what you need, or you will be supplied with what you need, but not to go above and beyond. Be mindful. Be mindful what it is that you need. Don't look into everything as, oh, I want this, I want this, I want that, because everything isn't good for you. And I also feel like with this manifestation energy that's happening right now, it's very high. Very high. So there's a lot of new things that might also be brought into January. So a lot of you might be starting new businesses, going on a lot of dates. Like, there's something new. There's a lot going on. So to my Caps, just try not to get overwhelmed. There's a lot of things before you that you need to make choices on, but I also get the sense that spirit will be trying to grab your eye. So if you get confused, if you feel as though I don't know what to do, it's too many options in front of me, or you're feeling pulled in so many different directions, calm yourself, center yourself, and know that the universe will try to direct you if you pay attention to what's really for you. Clarifier for January is drink more water. So for some of you, that's the obvious. You'll need to be drinking more water. Some of you will be getting a cat in January. Something with a family member, somebody possibly moving, and you needing to excuse me, I'm so tongue-tied. You needing to take care of their cat, and it becomes a part of your residence for a bit, might be permanently. Some of you might be taking in rescue animals. Also, I see for January, this is a wonderful month for some of you to actually go vacation into some of those tropical places you wanted to go to, especially because travel prices for those locations will be lower because it's like the off season, it's not the tourist time of year. Something with a family event for some of you, like a traditional family event. So I don't know if you'll actually be going home to your family. She makes me think of Africa. This is the card Oshun. So could be something with Africa. Some of you could actually be getting more into worshiping goddess Oshun. That could go back to what I picked up with some of you, getting more into feminine deity worship. Once again, something with jewelry comes up to me. So some of you may be getting into jewelry making, or this might be a very lucrative time for you in January for your jewelry business. back to the Capricorns I was talking about with something tradition. I feel like there might be some big family events that come up. Wedding just popped into my head. Something where maybe traditional family garb needs to be worn. And once again, we got that purple in there. She's wearing literally a necklace with purple stones. So some of you might, look into purchasing an amethyst necklace or a purple stone necklace or jewelry, some type of jewelry. Some of you need to wear some type of crystal on you. That just came through to me for energy protection. And you may want a purple stone. It just came through to me for someone real specific, that someone close to you who you may have lent like some type of bracelets to, or some type of jewelry. Like there was a piece of jewelry you really liked and you lent it to someone. Some of you may be getting that returned to you, especially if this person's been kind of dodging you for a little bit. Some of you will get an offer in regards to jewelry. Some type of jewelry, some type of modeling. So for those of you who that applies to, I see something with working with a brand who deals with some type of Afrocentric, or even, I don't know if, I think bohemian is not considered a appropriate term, so I don't want to use that, but something of that nature, having an opportunity to actually model. Some of you, it's coming through to me. Something with an apartment in January. Somebody might be moving into a new apartment or something. Check the pipes, check the water before you sign the papers and stuff. Make sure you turn the faucets on and things like that, because I'm just getting a sense of water problems. Also, make sure that you check the ceilings. Make sure there's no leaking going on. I just see something, potentially a problem with water in an apartment. And that might be for an apartment that somebody's staying in right now who someone's already living in. But I just see an issue with plumbing in January. So for the romantic overview for January, I see chemistry. And that says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So I kind of get a feeling that some Capricorns are going to get pulled towards someone that they already know. You're going to find yourself spending a lot more time with them, getting a lot closer. I also see some intimate talks and just getting to know each other on a deeper level. But I feel like you're going to be experiencing possibly a lot of dreams, a lot of physical sensations that hit you that might feel unexplainable, because you're energetically connecting with this person. So it could be the fact that this is somebody that you know. It could be the fact that you're vibrating so high right now that you're drawing this into your life. But I see this for my Capricorns in January. And I feel like this is something divinely guided. We have this little angel hiding right here, and it's like aiming an arrow up at them and they don't even realize. That kind of just made me feel like blind date. Some of you are going to get set up for a blind date. Some of you are going to meet this person through some type of third party assistance. So you may end up going to a party, going to an event, something where you'll end up bumping into this person who you're just going to feel very drawn to. But that's for some of you. For others of you who know who this person is already, I do see acknowledgement of this attraction for some of you, that this other person actually, because for some of you, some of my Capricorns, I feel as though you have already acknowledged that you feel this way, that there's this connection. But I see the other person that you're actually interested in kind of opening up now to the possibility and actually realizing like, okay, I'm feeling something here too. Some of you might be receiving a gift in January as well. Some type of gift that lets you know. It just hit me like a surprise. So some of you are going to be really surprised by someone's attraction for you and the way that they let you know. I feel like there's going to be some unexpected gift or offering of emotions that you just kind of weren't ready for, you weren't expecting. Somebody's noticing you that you didn't even think was noticing you. Could be an older person, someone slightly older than you in years. Or someone who just has a very mature, their energy just feels really mature. For a very, very small select group of you, sugar daddy just came into my head. So some of my caps might have a sugar daddy or might get a sugar daddy in January if that's what you're looking for. No judgment. I'm just reading it as I see it. All right, so for February, we have the moon and we have the hangman. So I feel like because January is going to be such a high energy month for Capricorns, that by February time, you're going to be kind of, I don't want to say burning out, but you're going to need a little reprieve. So you're going to be pulling more into yourself. You might not be going out as much. You'll kind of be falling back in regards to social interactions and things like that. But I feel like you're going to be going through an enlightening moment. So you'll be seeing new things. I feel like your dreams are going to be very active during this time, so please pay attention to them, especially in February. We know we had that card come out previously, so this might be one of those times where you need to fall back and pay attention to your dreams, focus in on your dreams. I feel like also some of you are going to find some type of information that you previously could not find. Like you might have been trying to research something to start a dream. There might be something you wanted to do and you just didn't know how to do it. I feel like the universe is going to show you that in February. But you're going to have to pay attention because it's going to be through a moment of, I'm going to say standing still, because I feel like for the group that I'm talking about, you've been such a busybody that the universe hasn't really been able to get through to you. So the universe is kind of letting you know that, in a moment of stillness, in a moment of like kind of taking time to yourself, falling back from going out, some of you might actually be healing from an injury and you can't get out, or it might be I feel like rest, so some of you something with your leg, like some of you might have sprained your ankle, might have broke your leg, and so you have no choice but to rest. But during this time of resting, you're going to be opened up to the possibility of something new. So there'll be a lot of information coming to you. So we have trust as a clarifier. So definitely trust your intuition. It's going to be going bazam during February. So just give that some trust. Also, I feel like some of you dealing with, could be Scorpio. For me, the moon tends to be Cancer, but it could be a water sign for you, any of the water signs. I feel like for some of you, your intuition is trying to warn you about a water sign in your life, and it's saying to just pay attention to how you feel. Like, don't disregard that. Wolf in sheep's clothing just came up to me. All right, so for your romantic overview in regards to February, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. A couple different messages. So once again, I kind of get a sense that somebody's friend will be playing matchmaker, especially around the time of Valentine's Day. The second message I get is to just kind of be careful of a certain person that's around you. It could go back to this water sign, whoever they are. Also, it just came through to me. Be careful with the love advice that you give in February. It's a really touchy time, and I feel like that the advice might backfire. Perhaps it may not go the way that you instructed for the person, to follow it, or the results, and that can cause some rifts between you and a friend. So just be careful with your love advice that you give out. For some of you, like I said, you may be getting introduced to someone by your friend circle. And for a very small select group of you, be careful of certain friends like in your life. I feel like there's some people around you in your friendship circle, especially when it comes to your romantic life, who do not have the best interest for you at heart. So I feel like the universe is telling you that when you actually sit back and you look at them, you'll be able to tell, who it is, because the universe is going to expose them to you. So like I said, it could be that water sign or it could be any other sign, but just pay attention to how you feel. All right, so in March, clarify. All right, so for March, I have a few different messages that are popping up instantly. So for some of you, March is going to be the end of a difficult situation you've been dealing with. If you've been fighting against something for these past few months, March is going to put an end to that. For some of you, it just popped into my head about the house. Some of you might be trying to move in March, and you've been having a hard time like securing that, the new home, the paperwork, financing, whatever. I feel like for some of you in March, that is not going to be an issue. For a very select group, I feel like potentially in March, and I feel really uncomfortable, kind of saying this, but I feel like this is for somebody who needs to hear it. But in March, somebody, a family member or so may be passing away. I do not feel that it will be a shock. I feel like you already know that this person has, possibly been ill for a while. However, I see there being an issue in regards to possibly legal things like the will. There's going to be some type of issue, some type of like people trying to get their cut of something. So that's going to be relevant for a very small group. For a very, very small group as well, it's going to be something with children. So the custody of children. Custody of children also could possibly be how much certain children, like offspring, siblings, get from the person who passed away. So it can even be adult children. It can be not adult children, but adult siblings, children of the person who passed away. And it's just some type of dispute going on in regards to that. So just be aware of that in regards to March. The clarifying advice is to take charge of the situation. So don't allow yourself to be pushed around. Don't allow yourself to be handled improperly. If you need to get a lawyer in regards to that, get a lawyer. If you need to stand up and say whatever you need to say, just whatever needs to be done, take charge of the situation in regards to that. And that's for a certain group of Capricorn. For another group of you, I feel as though you're going to be standing up in March and really stepping into your power. You had high energy in January. You kind of took a little bit of rest to sit back and peep out certain things in February. And in March, you're putting an end to some bullshit. Something you peeped in February, you're about to stomp it out now. So in March, you're going to be taking control of some things. I feel like it might be something, it doesn't have to be, not in everyone's situation, but I feel like it might be something with different people. So it can be family, it can be a group of friends, it could be even a group of just, for some people with work relation, I feel like a team. So a team that you potentially might actually be asked to lead, and the team is just unruly. Like they're not listening to you, and too many people have opinions, and too many people want to be the boss. And I feel like, there's going to be a stomping out of these differing of opinions. So for my Caps in March, it could even be ending a relationship. It could be ending a relationship for some of you. Because it was just, you might have unfortunately found out there were too many people secretly involved in your relationship. Might have been some cheating going on. Some things came to light. But something's ending in March. But it will usher in a new beginning for you. You will be fine. Keep in mind, you will be fine. Now, love overview, for March is it is safe for you to love. Now, with this card and also the fact that she's on a horse, I don't know if you can see this, but she's on this horse, and then with death, I'm getting a message that for some of you, you may actually be battling with yourself to step out of your singleness. So for some of you, you're actually going to be opening up to the fact of, all right, I'm going to put an end to my singleness. I'm going to go ahead and try this relationship. So it says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And so that's definitely coming through to me in regards to March. Some of you are going to take a chance. Some of you will also be ending long distance relationships in March. Yeah, so for some of my Cappies who are far away from the person that they love, the person that they're dealing with, the person that they might be interested in dealing with, some of you will have long distance relationships end in March. Yeah. All right, so let me get overall advice to my Capricorns for this year. Yes. All right. Ganesh is like, I'm not playing with y'all. Yes. I feel like the advice that I'm getting from this is it's like a bunch of different messages just pop through. But first of all, to my Caps, say yes more this year. Say yes to things. For some of you, you need to actually possibly read the book by Shonda Rhimes, Year of Yes, I believe it's called. Ooh, that just hit me. Year of Yes. This is your year of yes, Capricorn. Year of yes, where you will say yes to all the things you've been afraid of saying yes to, all the things you wanted to do but you held back, all the things you wanted to start, all the people you wanted to cut out of your life. I feel like, also listening to your intuition more. This is going to be a wonderful year of yes for you. And I feel like you're going to be imagining new things. You're going to be, just, some of you might even say yes to writing, to publishing a book, to just, yeah, what is just a year of yes. I'm so excited. Sorry. Because like I said, I'm a Capricorn. So yes, let us say yes. Let us accept. That also just came through to me. I am open to receive. Say yes to the universe. Literally talk to the universe, whatever deity you pray to. Sit down with yourself and just kind of talk to the universe and say, literally, I am open to receive. I am saying yes to whatever you want to bring into my life. I am saying yes to whatever it is that you want to take out of my life that doesn't serve my highest good. Like literally sit down in a moment and say that to the universe. But this is wonderful. This is so wonderful. Whew. All right, Caps. This was beautiful. I hope you're feeling great, because I'm feeling great. And we're going to have a great year. Yeah. All right, so before I go, I want to just take a look at the numbers that popped up, because like I said, that might be relevant for someone watching. Do we have any here? None that are speaking to me. Okay. Let's go back to this pile. All right. So like I said, that might be relevant for someone. So I'll give you the overview and then the broken down. So we have 42. We have 15, 23, 32, 13, 4, 13, 11, 38, 43, 7. And once again, as I said, those break down even further. But that might be relevant for some of you this year. Some of those may be a favorite number of yours. Some of those may be an age you're turning this year. Some of the, just whatever the relevancy may be. But yeah. Capricorn, that has been your 2019 welcoming message. I hope that this year is wonderful for you and for me. And I will see you again in April to once again do a 3-month reading. And definitely let me know what resonated with you. I'm very interested to know what may have resonated. Whenever you happen to see this message, whether you see it when I release it, whether you see it later in January, February, March, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you liked it, then definitely please be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want a more personal reading, I do offer a personal Zodiac reading in my Etsy shop. You can find that in the link below. But yeah, it's been wonderful reading for you. And also for cross watchers who are watching, thank you for watching. So I will see you next time.